normally I start these off by like talking about the album, talking about the artist. I'll say the name of the album, I'll show a photo of it, and for reasons that I don't care to explain, I am not going to show a picture of the album, so I'm just going to assume you know which one I'm talking about. I'm just going to get started before YouTube demonetizes my whole channel. On today's one, I'm going to be making a beat in the style of PARTYNEXTDOOR's new album, P4. I think overall my favorite track on the album has to be For Certain. Just love the production on that one. More time for Afrobeats, I go with a BPM of like 100, but I'm going to slow it down a little bit to like 93. I'm actually not going to use a guitar for this one for two reasons. I think first one is I don't really like the guitar in the track that much. The real reason is that a decent nylon guitar VST is going to put me below the poverty line. So I'm going to use the same Rhodes piano as I always do. Yes, the irony of using keyscape after talking about nylon VSTs, but it's fine. I'm gonna change this root note. I mean, that's pretty standard so far. I'm gonna lower the velocities a little bit. Splendid. Okay. I'm actually not gonna strum those because I am going to add a guitar and that will be strummed. So I'm gonna leave that as is. I need something like a bit more R&B on that. Sine wavetable. Gonna turn up the glide. Gonna go into effects. Need some chorus. Some delay maybe. Then some reverb. Aces to aces type shit. Okay. Actually gonna turn the attack a little bit up. I'm just gonna throw this pad on top of the Rhodes as well. I want some sort of like guitar-ish sound, but nothing too bright, basically, so I'm going to use Mellotron. More time when I'm looking for a sound that's familiar, but, you know, cursed, and just open up Mellotron. I'm just going to look up guitar. That one's pretty messed up. Gonna whack that on there as well. I'm gonna strum these instead. What is this? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that delay. And I'm gonna mute this for now so it doesn't get too crowded. Okay, now I'm gonna look for a bass line. So I'm gonna open up Serum for this. And there's always a lot of good bass lines in Splice, so... not that one. Coco Melon bass line, okay. I'm gonna increase the hold time of it and increase the attack as well. That sounded decent. I want another bass line that doesn't sound as often as that one, so perfection. I'm gonna increase the hold a little bit. I still don't really know what this is. I think with that, I'm going to start moving on towards like ornamentation and stuff. In the reference track, the vocal, it's going to be hard to replicate that. I think like the easiest option for me would be if I sang the melody myself and then just use like Audemy or something to transfer my vocals into a female. I'm a bit too aware of my digital footprint for that, but I think if I find a decent vocal, it should be doable. Okay, I think that sounds cool. It's not as iconic as the original vocal, obviously. I might look for something else. Break type vocal samples. Oh, Kavi's doing the smart thing. He's doing the thing that I'm trying to avoid. I've already used these, man. Alright, so I'm definitely getting claimed for that. I think I can probably do something with that. I'm gonna cut the vocal sample off there. I can't really use anything else from that sample, so I'm just gonna extract the vocals. Sounds like a 2000 pop song or something. Okay, this is a tool I haven't used in a while, so I'm gonna take this sample, drag it into Order Me. I'm not a massive fan of AI stuff, but I do use it every once in a while. This video is not sponsored, by the way. Which one do I use? Doesn't really look like I have many options. Sure, we'll go with Josephine. I'm gonna enable this to get rid of the echo. When we say goodbye, I mean, that's pretty close, bro. I don't really know what he's saying either. I'm going to pitch the male vocal down. The female vocal is going to go up by 1 octave. Okay, hopefully you can see the idea that I'm going for here. I'm going to mute them for now because they make the beat sound really crowded. I think before I move on to drums, one final thing I want to add, one more layer to the chords. So I'm going to look for a pad in Analog Lab 5 somewhere. I think like anything subtle like that works just fine. I'm gonna start a new pattern for the drums. I think for me, the most important part for any Afrobeat drum pattern is the shakers. So I'm gonna start off with some shaker loops. Could program it from scratch, but I can never get it to sound quite right. Maybe like 1 or 2 more. Yeah, I'll do 1 more. Why not? For the culture. You can never really have too many shakers, man. The toms in the reference track kind of remind me of the track Lem. I think it's T- who produced that one. Love that track. I might edit them a little bit though. Alright, I think I've got a bounce there. I'm gonna look for a syncopated rhythm with both of them. I think this needs some rim shot. Yeah, that sounds cold. Yeah, I'm gonna look for a drum fill. Yeah, this one always has some decent drum fills. Gonna sound cold with some reverb, some delay maybe. I'm gonna add a similar sound to this, but like towards the middle of the 4-bar phrase, so. I think this beat needs like 1 more thing. Big up Jay for sending me this kit once again. Sacred Trap Suite, very solid, very solid. Alright, I think right now the beat just sounds like, I don't know, an MP3 demo you would send to someone. But I think with a decent arrangement and a quick mix down, it could sound like something. I don't know. I'm not too confident with this one just yet, but... Can't lie, this one took a while. A lot of the synths and pads and keyboards, they're all playing at very similar octaves, very similar frequencies, so there's a lot of EQ involved. There's just so many vocals, bro. I don't know why I've added so many vocals. But I was saying that, I've just added another one. I just wasn't really happy with the splice one by itself. I feel like I went through all of YouTube and I couldn't find anything. Like, I'm sure there's people that still use Looperman, because look what they did to Looperman. Look how they massacred my boy. But I found a decent vocal. And I've added a few effects onto it. And that's about the only unique part of the beat that I've added. Before I play the final beat, I want to say a big thank you for watching as always. I'm basically just catching up to all the albums I missed while I was away. Of course, you let me know which ones are your favorites. I think For Certain is probably my favorite one on this album. And hopefully if you're looking to make something in this style, this video helped you in some way. Not very traditional or authentic, but I think it still works. And I've said it in one of the previous videos, I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Don't know if it's possible since we've only got 2 months left of the year, but if you found like any value in this video whatsoever, feel free to subscribe. Yeah, otherwise this is what the final beat sounds like.